Chapter 15. It was nearing lunchtime when Sadar pulled off the freeway. The exit was seemingly in the middle of nowhere with just a gas station, a diner, and a hotel. Sadar drove into the hotel parking lot and shut off the engine. The hotel was small, just one story with no more than 20 units. There was a sign badly in need of a new paint job that declared it was the Desert Rose Inn, but the inn was surrounded by fields of grass and not a flower in sight. "Shouldn't we drive further?" Alicia asked. "Do you have somewhere you want to be?" "Only as far away as possible from the people who want to kidnap my son." "Here is just as good as anywhere. As long as they don't know where we are, we will be safe." Alicia unhooked her and Kenny's seatbelts and slipped out of the car. She saw her bag on the floor of the passenger seat and reached in to grab it. She moved it to the seat and opened up the small duffel bag to pull out her wallet. She had packed it the day before, right on top of the bag so that it would not be forgotten. Yet it wasn't there. She moved around her clothes, shifting through them. Then she opened the two side pockets, finding them empty. She looked up to find Sadar watching her from the driver's seat. He reached into his pants pocket and pulled out her wallet. It was a cheap cloth wallet with colorful dots on a dirty white background. But at that moment, it was her most prized possession. She ripped open the Velcro that held it closed and looked inside. Her driver's license was missing, as well as her bank card. Even her grocery card was gone. All that was left was the $36 she had in cash and a selection of coins. "I didn't want you to use your card and lead them straight to us." "Did you throw them out on the freeway as well?" Her words came out with a sting. She was so upset that her body started to vibrate with anger. "I need my cards. How am I supposed to go get us a room without ID and a way to pay?" "I destroyed your cards, but you don't need to worry. I'm an elf, remember?" Sadar opened his hand and had a perfectly passable driver's license with his picture and some random name on the ID. "It will be easier if it is just me that goes in case something isn't right. Wait here for me and I will be back shortly." Alicia stood back up as Sadar got out of the car and began to walk across the empty lot to the entrance. He was an imposing figure, even from the back. He was tall with a muscular build, and he walked with a stride full of confidence. He did not, even once, look back to check that they were staying by the car. "I'm hungry," Kenny said. He was still in the back seat and had opened his backpack. The contents were spilled across the seat, and in his hand was one of his toy cars. "I know. We should be able to get you some food as soon as we get checked in." Alicia looked at the steering wheel and was not surprised that the keys were not there. She looked around, trying to figure out where they were. There were a few cars across the street at the gas station and restaurant, but none were facing her way so that she could see their license plates. The gas station was a common chain that had a row of pumps for cars and a few for trucks. The restaurant looked like it was right out of a movie about a small town. There were large white letters on the top of the roof that read May's Diner. There were windows all around the building, as well as a red and white awning. There were a handful of cars in the parking lot, but in front were two bicycles, which left Alicia hopeful that there was at least something else near here. Alicia jumped when Sadar reached out to hand her a keycard. She hadn't noticed him walk back towards them. "Should we put our stuff away and get some food?" Sadar said. "I think that's a good idea. If we wait too long, Kenny may break down and eat the car." Alicia tried to act casual, and not like she was just plotting how to get as far away from him as possible. Sadar looked in the door at Kenny, who was currently driving his cars around the back seat. "I think we can do better than cars. I bet that restaurant serves burgers." "Yeah!" Kenny cheered, the hunger momentarily forgotten and the adventure remembered. "Which room is ours?" Alicia asked. "We're in room 204. I wanted it on the second floor so that I could see out, but it is right by the stairs if we need to leave in a hurry." "Wait, we're sharing a room?" "What did you think? We cannot travel as a family and get two separate rooms." "We aren't a family." "We are to anyone who sees us. If they see a man and a woman driving with a child and do not think they are together, that will call undue attention. For better or worse, we are now a couple." Alicia glared at him and grabbed her bags. She waited for her son to get out of the car and then walked to their room. She opened it up to find two full-size beds, a TV, and a bathroom. Kenny immediately took off his shoes and climbed on the bed furthest from the door. "Can I sleep here?" Kenny asked. The bedspread was a faded brown flower pattern that had seen better days. The room looked shabby, with walking paths worn into the carpet. The TV looked similar to the one they had at home, small and boxy. At least the room looked clean. There was no dust, and when she pulled down the bedspread, the sheets were white and unstained. Absolutely, so I guess this makes this my bed as well. She put the bags down at the end of the bed and then lay down, glad to be able to stretch out. It may not have been the most glamorous place, but the beds were at least comfortable. Sadar walked in a few minutes after. He was carrying the car seat and a small bag that Alicia had not noticed anywhere before. He took one look at them stretched out on the bed and put away his bag in a drawer under the TV stand. "You all look comfortable," Sadar said in disapproval. Kenny grinned up at Sadar and then moved around, making the top half of the blankets a jumbled mess. Alicia grabbed her bag, took out a clean shirt and her brush, and went into the bathroom. She changed her shirt and then combed her hair. She looked at herself in the mirror and felt the panic taking over her. She closed her eyes and took a few deep breaths. She could do this. No matter what, she would keep her son safe. Then she walked out of the bathroom. "Who's ready for some burgers?"